Welcome to another episode of Unsavory Fellow. My name is Nick James. I'm here with my great friend and a great actor, John Pirruccello.
Thank you.
Here we are, John.
Here we are. This is so dope. Like your set and it reminds me of your play, of course, of your show.
Right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is, which was so amazing.
It is a lot like that.
Yeah.
This came out of that.
Yeah. And it even came, and you've even been talking about your guy down in the van, like that guy's been in the mix for years, decades or whatever now, right? So
You mean the
guy you were making the van and it was going to kind of be like this, right?
Oh, it was the serial killer's checklist.
Yeah.
The series I wanted to do.
Yes.
So I bought a 77 van.
Yeah.
Oh, and that mannequin.
Yeah.
That's Mannequin Bob from the show
Bob, yeah.
that we never filmed.
So great.
But, like we were saying, I just do shit.
Yeah.
I sometimes do things backwards. Like I built the mannequin, I bought the van.
Yeah.
I had the script.
I don't know why is that backwards. That's like that puts you in it. It
does.
That's forward motion. That's like.
I always call you.
Yeah.
Always.
I know because I always love every.
John, I have this new idea.
Every fucking idea you have.
Here's
I love
the
it.
script. Read.
I've never. I don't think I've ever said to you, no, that's a bad idea.
And then you'll be in them too.
Oh hell yeah!
If I start shooting,
If
I'm like,
I'm
John,
lucky.
can you play this part? Yeah, let's do it.
Fuck yeah.
You've always done that.
Yes, because there's no more fun than doing stuff with you. That's the most fun there is.
I was talking to Dylan before, right? Because Dylan said before we got started, he goes, John's like a real fucking actor.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
And I go, yeah, because you're our friend.
Yeah.
But I remember you were driving Uber.
Yeah.
You got me into driving Uber.
Did I? I did that for a minute, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I drove Uber because of you.
Oh yeah.
Because we were actors.
Right.
And you were able to always, I think, work and just keep fucking acting. And I was telling Dylan, he's got a buddy who I got on this movie that I was just on.
Yeah.
And I could tell he was kind of like getting caught up with these other kids complaining about the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was an ultra low budget.
Sure.
And I'm like fucking going, this is
beneath him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was having so much fun.
Yeah.
And I remember you were always doing short films. I told Dylan, I used to go, fuck, John's doing a short film. Fuck that. I'm
You
not
go to
doing
work.
that. But you always did that.
Well, I mean, it's funny that you said, I'm, what is it even called? It's like I'm afflicted by this, right?
What do you mean?
Well, like I can't not do it, right?
Right.
So it's gonna happen one way or the other, whether it's Godzilla or some low budget thing or whatever. And in my experience, now that I guess I have experience, so I can look at my experience. I've learned something on every single job I've ever done, no matter how much money was involved or who was involved or whatever. There's always something to be learned and gained, and I get better at it every single time.
Which is true, because like I remember you doing, you're like I said, you were always doing these short films. You were doing student films. I remember you doing some little movie. You was a water, you want coffee.
Yeah.
There was some little movie you were doing.
Yeah.
For these the films class at Pally High or something.
Oh yeah.
And I remember just thinking that sounds horrible.
But that was an interesting one because yes, it was completely different than what I've become used to, right? Because it's students and they don't have any experience and they don't know about being efficient or scheduling or even mapping out what they're going to do ahead of time. And so all of these things that I take for granted, that's what I realize. I've sort of like the well-oiled machine that is usually what I'm working under is it's special, right? It's sort of valuable. And it's easy to kind of take it for granted, and you get on this up there with these kids who are they're passionate. That's the thing, is they're passionate. They're also, but there's no sort of there's also no pretension. There's no they're not jaded.
Right.
They're not. There's a lot both, right? There's a lot that it isn't, and
They're
a lot
probably-
that it is.
And they're probably getting every ounce of fun out of it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get to do that.
exactly.
But you know, it's funny. I've always listened to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I have.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that this morning. I was thinking, I've always followed you.
Wow.
You're always one of the first people I send a script to.
Oh man.
You know that I run my ideas. You're always willing to beat them out with me, the ideas.
I'm honored. Yeah.
If I'm shooting something, you're always down to get involved. But I'll tell you what's funny. You know, I've talked about this a lot.
Oh.
Because I was on.
When you did that thing next door with your neighbors.
That's right.
I was going, okay. You were like I haven't even looked at the script, and I was like, ooh.
You said to me, you go, what are you doing? I go, I'm doing this movie tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And I had a big part.
Tomorrow.
And you go,
that's what I said. Like how big is your part? You're like, I'm in the whole thing.
Yeah, you go, how's the script? And they go, it's a piece of shit. I haven't even read it yet. And you go, wait, what? You haven't read it yet? I go, no, I go tomorrow. I go, it's a very short, we're doing one scene of mine tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you said to me, you go, you should read that script, man. You go, you don't want to be the weak link. And I remember thinking, and I show up for this movie, right?
And they shot all your stuff first, all of it, yeah.
I was just learning my first scene, that was it. And then the PA goes, Nick, we have a change in the schedule. And I go, yeah, what is it? She goes, we're going to shoot out all of your scenes for the whole movie today. And I was like, I didn't even read the script.
Yeah.
And I instantly started trying to memorize as much as I could. And I got on the set.
Incredible.
And they're shooting, and I had this huge monologue and this romantic scene, and I'm sitting at the table. And all I could hear, because they kept going, cut, because I didn't know my lines.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to learn my lines as we do the takes. Yeah. That's the only way I'm learning them. And everyone looked at me with such disappointment. They were just all everybody was shocked.
It's like an actor's nightmare. It's like you have to go up on stage and you don't have any pants on or whatever, in your fucking nightmare. It's like everybody's just looking at you going,
yes. And that was the greatest because all I could hear was you.
Yeah.
Was you in my head going. Yeah. But I was like, now what your voice was telling me was, you're the weak link.
Oh no.
Yeah. And it was a great lesson.
I'm sorry I said that.
No, because I never did that again.
Yeah.
I never did. It was a hard lesson.
Nothing like that.
And I've always listened to you, especially after that, when you told me stuff.
Well, because I think you were so used to being your own. You were the writer and the producer and the director, and you're doing your own movies, and you know what they are, and you know what you're doing, what you want to accomplish, and you're doing shit on the fly, and you're kind of winging
fun.
It, and you're having fun. So you're used to a completely less rigid, less organized.
And I didn't want it. I didn't like the script.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. I was doing it as a favor.
Yeah,
right.
So you resented them. You fucked them subconsciously. You're like, fuck you.
Yeah, I resented them for giving me a part.
Fuck you for fucking parking your cars where you park them and for not letting anybody park there, and go fuck yourselves.
But it was a great lesson.
Wait, what if they're gonna watch this and now I've said that?
Nah, they'll never see this. Right. And they don't know who we're talking about.
Okay, good.
But what's amazing,
I parked out there just now, and I was thinking about their cars were out there, and I was like, oh right, I got to make sure I'm pulled all the way up because they'll come over and knock on the door, and yeah.
Oh, we're at the that's in front.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But what's amazing is, like I've always said, I've always been so proud of you that you.
Oh, thank you.
Like
Nick.
Seriously though, you were Ubering, you were fucking doing anything you could. You're raising your kids.
Yeah.
And you're fucking hanging in there. I would leave the business, come back to the business.
Yeah.
You fucking hung in there, and you started landing fucking roles.
Yeah.
You really did.
I've been very lucky. That's
and
true.
Now, the most exciting thing, which is amazing.
Yeah. That is amazing.
Slipping down in that
I know.
chair.
I'm like. Eventually, I just be all right.
Look
There we go.
at these traps.
Again,
Honestly,
the most amazing.
Just lower your mic.
Amazing thing is. Oh, is this not coming straight out of the top? What is it doing? What's this doing? Oh, okay. So it's all over. All right. So I can do like this, right? You can hear me.
Can you
Here.
see him?
The mic's covering like half of his face.
Here, right? Like by the end, I just feel like this.
You look like
I'm
fucking.
down here.
That's what's been happening, though. You can see the mic slowly covering his face more and more throughout the top.
Look at where it is now.
Here we go. That's good, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
All right. So what were you saying?
You're like in one of those wheelchairs with a breather.
That's
What's
Yeah.
his name? Hawkins. Stephen
yeah.
Hawkins.
this. Is yes. I am very lucky. Very
what-
fortunate.
Lower it a little bit.
Lower it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
want to. You want a donut? You could do that thing fucking tomorrow.
So okay. So my blood sugars are high. I'm diabetic.
You are diabetic.
Type 2. Yeah. And and I have been trying to stop being diabetic, and every time I say I'm going to do better and stop, it gets worse, and they add another medication. and
Really?
Yeah. Like at this
How
point.
could you be diabetic? You're in shape.
Oh, I'm not in shape.
But you are. I've seen you.
Fatter.
Yeah.
Yes. Much fatter. I've been 25 or 30 pounds fatter than I am now.
What are you now? Like, how
About-
do you think? How much do you think you have to lose to not be diabetic? Because you can, right?
Yeah.
You can. You
I
can
think
lose
if
weight.
I lost 25 pounds, I don't know.
Really?
Like when I
That's a
graduated from
fucking lot of
college, I was
weight.
at 220. I'm at like 228 right now. I mean, I was at
Yeah,
200.
but you're like 6'2".
6'3".
6'3".
Yeah, 6'3", like 6'3".
That's another
Like we're on a-
10
We're on a
pounds.
game show. Hey, 6'3".
It
Yeah.
seems to me like
Yeah.
another inch would be another 10 pounds, or 7 pounds maybe.
All right. So how much are you giving me? What am I? What weight? can I-
21.
221.
If you have it, you would have. Yeah, I think you could be good at 221.
Okay. All right, Dr. James. I thank you. I appreciate that.
But you're not going to have one of these.
It's funny. Right now, what I'm going to do is see if I can not have one.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
You're not going to have one until later, right? I'm going to have
Probably
one.
not.
That's what this is all about. This is all about. Let's just get to the point. You
you-
want a goddamn donut.
Wait.
Just eat your donut.
I do now. I used
Where-
to be all like careful about it, and they would laugh at me. And
Where'd you get those?
DK's Donuts.
Oh, of course. The only donut shop. The best donut shop on earth.
It is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Listen.
Did you see that documentary?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Well, let's get into the play though,
Okay.
because that's just like huge. So Dylan's like he's a real actor.
I realize that I have this thing that I do where, like, when you start to talk about me or talk about what I'm doing, I'm able to divert. I
know
divert the
that.
conversation, and you just busted me doing it right there.
Because,
Yeah.
dude, you're fucking on Broadway.
Yeah.
You're on Broadway doing Glengarry Glen Ross. It's just
It
so
was a
crazy.
huge hit. It was a huge,
Huge
hit.
hit.
Yeah.
With Bill Burr,
Yes.
Odenkirk,
Yes. Bob Odenkirk. Yeah.
and Kieran Culkin.
Kieran Culkin, Michael McKean, Howard Overshone, and Donald Webber Jr. and myself.
And the director.
Yeah, Patrick Marber. Yeah, who won a Tony
Yeah.
a couple years ago. Yeah. Written
So
by
how
David,
did you-
written by David Mamet, of course.
How did you get that? How'd you get in that? How'd you, you know?
That's show business. You know how I got it. Come on. What do you-
No, but you land this, right?
David Mamet, who's a friend of mine, friend of ours,
Right.
is recommended me. And
But you still got to go in and you got to get it.
I did. I had to make a tape, and
Were you
then-
nervous? Like, because you had to have wanted it. You
yeah.
can get caught up in the wanting of
I
it.
know that's the whole game too. This whole thing, right? Is that the more I want, like I really wanted Barry, and I just totally fucked that audition up. Luckily,
You did?
the initial audition,
You were talking about the series Barry.
yeah.
I didn't know you fucked that
Oh, I
up.
totally fucked it up.
Really?
Oh, that's a great story. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a great story, but I went in. Of course, you're reading with one of the heads of the casting. There was Sherry Thomas. You know, it's Bialy Thomas. So you're reading with one of the people whose name's on the building when it's that level of show. And I had prepared. I had 2 pilots that day, and the earlier one I was kind of like, yeah, this will be my practice pilot. I'll go in there, I'll get it out of my system, and then
Right.
go do Barry, which is what I really want. I want it, right?
Right.
And I got in there, and I thought I was prepared, and just went up on my lines, like about 2 lines
Wait,
in.
Did you prepare?
Oh yeah,
But you just
I just
What
went
happened?
up. I don't know. I just went out of my head, and I was like, oh, that was weird. Well, let's start over, So,
did you ask to start over?
yeah, you have to, and
You
so
said, "Hey, can I go again?" What'd you say?
that's an interesting thing. That's another side story. I think at this point in my career, and at that point too, I had arrived at the sort of. It was very helpful to me that.
You're like me. You don't need to read the script.
No, I don't read the script, and I don't give a shit about any of these projects. And I'm fucking. I don't have time for this crap, and I'm doing it as a favor for people. That's so funny.
Wait, which is kind of true. You've also told me.
Yeah, what did I tell you? And by the way, I just say things, so I didn't. I just say stuff.
And I can't take them for.
I know. I just blah blah blah.
You know what you also told me though?
What I tell you?
Which is kind of goes with what you're saying.
What's that?
I don't exactly have the wording, but when you had hooked me up with HBO with one of my shows to pitch,
Okay.
and you go, fuck it. They should be fucking glad you're bringing this to them.
Well, yeah.
That's what you told me.
Well, that's true.
Explain that.
That it's already, you already explained it. I mean you're bringing them. If people don't bring them things to do, HBO is sitting there twiddling their thumbs, eating coffee and donuts. Like they have nothing to do until somebody like you brings them something to do. So yeah, they should be happy that you're in there giving them something to broadcast so they can make money.
And it's kind of the same though. It works the same way as you going in, right?
I guess.
It has to.
I mean, yeah.
If you're not coming in,
yeah,
and bringing your A game,
yeah. But I also know that it's very sort of fickle who gets chosen to do things, and I also don't expect to be chosen. And if I'm not chosen, it's funny, when I first started out, like I didn't even have to, like I actually felt this way. It wasn't like some aphorism that I told myself to do better or whatever. It's like I really did. Like if I went in, I was positive that I was the best option for them. And if they didn't choose me, they were wrong. and I felt, and it didn't even feel like arrogance. It didn't even feel like arrogance.
Right.
It just felt like
they fucked up.
well, yeah, like okay, you fucked that one up. You should have chosen me, and then it would have been better. I really did feel that way, and on some level, I probably do still feel that way. That they're not necessarily going to get a better option, but I also now realize there are other options and there are other ways that things can go, and there's a lot of people making decisions, and there's an alchemy to who's going to be there and how they work with each other and whether they worked together before or whatever. There's a lot more going on than I even sort of considered when I first started out. So
when you went in and blew it,
Yeah,
back to that. How did
yeah.
you the audition?
And you know what's funny? I'm so like ADD or ADHD or whatever you call it now. Like when you just did that just now, I went, wow, that's so impressive that he like went back. He remembered what we were talking about and went back. Like I'm actually in awe of that. But anyway, that's another conversation.
But I want to, I go in and out, and that's I love to talk. That's why I have this talk show.
You're great at it.
But so you were telling the story though before I took us down the path.
So
you were prepared.
I was prepared. I went up on my lines. Okay, so we start over. However that happened. Do it again. Again, I go up on my lines.
What do you mean you go up?
I forgot what I had to say next.
Right. So did you just blank out?
I just blanked out, forgot what's next, and I was like, this is fucking weird. I'm prepared. Like,
do you have the script with you or no?
I do, but I'm not looking at it because I know it, right? And so I looked at Sherry, and this is what I was going to tell you, is that I have come to a place now and then, and at some point in my career, where I realized that the casting director and me are on the same team. like the two of us.
That's a great note.
Well,
that's a great note.
I mean,
Sean says that.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we before I, when I started, oh, please, please give me something, or, oh gosh, I sure do want to impress you.
Right.
Well, no, now I see it as collaborative. Like the casting director and me are going to collaborate and put forth the best option that will include me, and then then that makes the casting director look
That's
good.
right.
That they've put a good thing. So we're in it together, pitching the producers, right?
Yeah.
And so the point being, when I looked at the second time I went up, I just looked at Sharon and I said, I don't know what's going on, but I gotta go take a walk or something. And I don't know that I would have had without. I'm looking back.
Did
on
you
it.
say that to her?
Yeah.
And then
she goes, yeah, whatever you need.
But you could come back and regroup and go for another.
It was hot, and I walked to the end of the hallway, and they had like a gymnasium down there, and it was air conditioned. And I put water on my face, and I walked around, and I breathed, and I just kind of calmed myself down, and then went back in. And when I went back in, my goal was I no longer felt I could have the job. Like I thought the job was gone.
Right.
But my goal was to show Sherry that she wasn't wrong to bring me in. Right. So that was my only goal was to prove to her. So just get through it. All I wanted to do was get through it without fucking it up, and I did. And I remember her saying, "That was great, John." And I was thinking, I didn't say it, but I was thinking, don't patronize me, This is great. Fuck you, I don't need your pity, And I walked out into the hallway and I called Julie and I was like, I fucking hate acting. I want to quit acting. This is terrible. I want to, what I say, I want to, I'm going to be a I'll just be a waiter. And I was like, I'm too fucking old to be a waiter. I can't even, there's nothing I can do, Bah! I hate this. I quit. And then I got called back.
And you were fucking fantastic
thank
in
you.
Barry. Every
thank
moment you were on that screen was just riveting with fucking hilarity.
Thank you.
It was just
Thank you.
comedic timing.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, it was fantastic. And they should have, this. I said this a million times. Big fucking mistake that they killed you off. I don't know I know Bill's one of the writers. That was a fuck up by writing you off.
I used to because I knew he actually called. I was at my uncle's in Arizona, and I'm seeing this number coming up, and I goes, I don't know whose number that is, and it's him trying to call me, talk to me, and I'm ignoring it, and so when I finally answered the phone, he was like, he told me that I'd be killed in the next season, and I actually I was. I don't know why, but I was I was so grateful for that job. Right. And so the doors that opened up after that first season and the rooms that I got into and I mean, all I could see was how positive that was. And furthermore, I had sort of bonded with with Berg and Hader and the people creating it. And I felt I wanted them to succeed. I wanted, us succeeding meant them succeeding, and if I'm not there, I still want the show to succeed. I feel invested in the show, right? And so, even of course, I'd rather be there and I'd rather be in it. But that's above my pay grade as to how the story goes.
You know me as a writer. I mean, I instantly when I saw you on there, I'm going, oh, this is gonna go. It's gonna go to you.
Yeah.
It has to. You have to take over the and it just was, to me, it was endless.
Yeah.
Because your character, like I said, the comedic timing and how you played that role, it was so subtle, right? With the
thanks.
humor.
Thank you.
I go, this to me, it was an emerging star in the show.
Thank you.
But I understand that, there's a lot, like you said, there's a lot of people behind.
Yeah.
And I was even thinking of as a filmmaker, me, like you said it, I always just go and do my own thing.
Yeah.
I like it like that. I've accepted that's the way I do it.
Yeah.
Because
great
there's a compromise that has to be done at every step of the fucking way.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether you write with somebody, whether you're producing, you got producers, you got writers, you got a team of writers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The directors.
Yeah. It's messy.
It's just like you got to be able to
Chaos.
play well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's not that I can't. I
Well,
like to do what I like to do. Like I would have loved to have seen, like, you know, that's a show right there.
I used to pitch him. I'd like send him texts going, you know what you could do, and he'd like laugh, you know, like after. What if Loach? I was thinking Loach could, you know, be your neighbor, and then, you know, whatever he, you know, it's like not gonna happen. But I mean, what I also realized being sort of that close to that show is how far ahead they're thinking. They were 2 seasons ahead.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like they know the arc of where that thing's going.
Look how I had it all figured out in my garage.
Yeah.
Me and you, we just figured out what they should have done.
Yeah.
From a single car garage.
Exactly.
My son running the cameras.
Yeah. Thank goodness.
The 3 of us could do it.
Yeah.
Have a hit show.
We should just redo Barry. We should just
Right?
Yeah, we should just reshoot it
And do it right this
and do
time.
it correct this time. Well, you were saying about like my timing. You were being complimentary and stuff, but when you're, I mean, I'm trained in improv. That's all I did. You know, was improv and sketch, and so when
And
you
stand
then
up.
stand up, that's true, and stand up comedy. That's another. We should bring that up in a second about stand up, but you know, when I get plopped down on that set with those people operating really at the highest levels, I mean, Bill Hader it doesn't get any higher level than that.
He's fantastic.
He's unbelievable.
He
came to the play.
To me, that was a perfect show. He did.
Yeah, he came to the play, and he was so sweet. I think as a way of, you know, acknowledging that I'd been killed or whatever, but he, you know, as we were walking out, he reminded me of the scene, you know, the death scene.
Yes.
And he reminded me about how they were feeding me stuff to do, like things, you know, reactions to have, and I would do them, and then they said, just do whatever you want. And I turned and did whatever I did in the show, and that's the one they used. And he said, when I did that, and I didn't remember this, but he said the whole set like burst out laughing, and in fact, they have to cut it in the edit. If you look at it, they had to cut it short because you know, people started laughing. But well, I thought that was sweet of him.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But that goes to what Dylan said.
Yeah.
You're a real actor. You're on fucking Broadway.
Yeah.
You don't get any. It doesn't get any better than that. You know what I mean? You could do a million movies to me.
Yeah.
Which is it's a different kind of acting.
Yeah. I agree.
But like he said, John's a real actor. And to me, that's kind of like
thanks, Dylan.
You could like, to me, there's something about being in a Broadway show.
Yeah.
You could hang him up. You know what I mean?
I do.
You feel like I've done it.
And it
doesn't mean you're not going to continue, but you go, hey man.
100%. You were right on the money. I mean, my whole career when I started out, you know, I remember starting out, and you know, I joined SAG and AFTRA, and then they merged or whatever. So I'm a union on-camera actor, voiceover actor. And I remember thinking, you're not really an actor until you're in Actors Equity, you know, until you're, that'll be a benchmark, you know.
Right.
And then in 2020, I did a play here, a Mammoth play over at the Odyssey.
Which is great.
Thank you.
You were great.
Thank you very much.
Everybody was.
It's funny how you achieve benchmarks and don't really notice, for me anyway, I don't really notice that I've done them until I go, oh yeah, that was a goal, or that was a dream, and I did that.
Yeah.
You know, like it happens sometime afterwards. But so then I joined Equity. I'm like, all right, I'm in Equity. I'm like a real actor now, I guess. The point being, I never even bothered to dream about being on Broadway. You know, like being on Broadway was such a big. You know, I'd like to go to the moon too, you know, or to Mars, you know,
right.
Like to fly in a jetpack, you know, there's all sorts of stuff. You just don't even bother dreaming about it, right? And then there I am, like almost overnight. Like from the time I heard that I was being considered to the time that I had the job it's like less than a week.
Wow.
So it was all of a sudden, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but it's like it was too big to even be a dream.
Yeah.
You know, and now I've done it, and and it was, and I've come out of it with all the stuff I've come out of it, all the experience, all the connections that I made, and all the stuff that we did, 8 shows a week, for 16 weeks. It's like something like 16, or we did 128 shows. We performed it 128 times, and I feel more skilled. Like I feel like a better actor. I feel like that was a huge step up. Not just in terms of what I learned how to do, but in terms of like how I feel like walking around. Like I feel, just like, I mean, that happens. Like these sort of things happen, and then you go, oh well. I've always said that it's sort of like I was never a joiner, probably like you. I was never a joiner as a kid, and but I'm a part of something now. I'm a part of show business, and that's something that I carry with me when I walk around, even when I'm not doing it, when I'm just in the grocery store or whatever. It affects the way I feel like I'm a part of something that I'm proud of,
Totally. And it's funny, there is something about what you said. By doing that, you feel like you're a better actor. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like, it's like...
I know I am.
Yeah. You and it's another thing you told me when I said I hadn't done theater in
Sounds like I talk a lot. I actually spend a lot of time talking around you, apparently, because you keep quoting
talk,
me.
though. You and I would get together and we'd talk
Right.
on the phone, pitching, whatever, da 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 da. But I remember...
You're like the first person I met here, I think.
I met you on the corner out here.
You and April, we had gone to some goofy kindergarten thing or something, and we were walking across the field.
No.
Weren't we?
I think she met you across the field. I met you with the kids.
Oh, yeah, right
on the corner. Right in the corner here.
That was in, 2004? It's like 21 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He was just a little guy with your guy.
You were, yeah.
They were in class together.
You were like, what, 5 or 6
and
years
you lived
old?
right up the street.
You were 5 probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That crazy.
Yeah. But you told me I had done theater. The last thing I did a play at the Actors Gang, which was a million years ago.
Yeah.
So that was the last theater I'd done.
Yeah.
And I always looked at you as like, God, like you were, like I said, you were fucking you were always involved in theater.
Obsessed.
You tried to hook me up with Clara
Mamet. Yeah.
Which you did. And I don't want to do that. I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? Well, I had an idea in my mind. I wanted to always do my own thing, right?
Yeah, that's the thing.
But my own thing then became, like, you were doing theater, and I'd go see you in plays and shit, and I always wanted to do my own thing, which would be a one-man show.
You're a creator, man, yeah.
And you told me you should go back to the theater, and you're the one who sent me to the Ruskin Theater.
Oh, wow.
And I went to the Ruskin Theater in my mind when they told me, oh, at the end, after the 2-year program, whatever, you're going to do your own show.
Oh, yeah.
And I went, this is
Is that where Unsavory started? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
that's where it did. So,
like at that moment, I mean?
Yes. Because I had this idea for a show, this show.
Wow.
But the funny thing, my long-winded way of saying it was, when I did that, I go, oh, man, I am an actor.
That's right.
I'm a fucking actor.
Yeah, you are.
And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
No.
I proved it to myself.
Yeah.
What I put out there
That's great.
is what I want to put out.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not about what anybody else thinks or the casting director or the director or any of that stuff. Like, I love that story you're talking about screwing up with your audition for Barry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You
go in and she knew, and the idea that you guys can collaborate together, and it doesn't matter that they see it that you're right for the role or not. You brought what you brought. Yeah. And nothing else mattered.
It was so funny when I got to the callback. It was just Hader met me in the hallway.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey man, we just really loved what you did. We didn't even see it that way. Where you were just so downtrodden and depressed or whatever." And I was thinking like that's how I was in that moment, because I'd been fucking it up like over and over again. Right. And I was like, yeah, no, that was like a choice I made. Definitely, it was a really strong choice, because I wasn't I'm an upbeat guy, normally.
But isn't that how it is?
Yeah.
Like Sean, our
Yeah,
friend
I know
casting
Sean.
director, he always says, they don't know what they want.
Right, that's true.
You walked in
That's true.
and brought in something where they go, that's what we want.
Yeah, that's true.
There's all these choices that
That's
come
pretty
in,
cool. Yeah.
and you have to make choices based on that. You go, this is how I'm going to play it.
And
And if
there's-
it's not for you,
And there's so much that's like 99% of it is out of my control.
right.
So I've come to a place where like why I don't, it's not even why, I don't even worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't, in fact, I'm trying to like just let go of all results.
Yes.
Any results, just let go, because first of all, nothing's ever done really. There is no actual result, right? It's
Yeah,
not even a real
right.
thing. Like people go, the result is when the movie hits. Is it, or is it the
Yeah.
DVD coming out, or
Or
what's the
the check,
result?
I got
It's
paid.
a check. Is that what's the
Right.
what's the fucking result? There is
I'm
no
working.
result.
No.
Yeah.
The fun thing is, it's like I remember when I was young going, God, it'd be great if I had an agent. And I could go on that.
yeah, right.
You know?
Yeah,
Or when
yeah.
I was starting off writing, if I could I remember going, I just want to go to a pitch meeting.
Yeah.
If I went to a pitch meeting, I pitched,
Right.
I'm in the game.
Then everything. That's right.
And then it's going to,
That's
that
right.
it makes me a writer.
Right.
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 And then you get in the pitch meeting and you go, fuck, man, I didn't sell this fucking thing.
Right. Right.
And it's not enough.
Instead of being like, I did that.
Wow,
I
this was
pitched
great.
it. They'd
The
be lucky
audition
to
was
have me.
fun.
And if it's not, well, as Julie says, whenever I don't get something, if I go, fuck, man, I kind of wanted that. She go, it wasn't your job.
That's right.
It
And
wasn't your job.
it's almost like too, as an actor, like you have that relationship with the casting director. She knows you. She knows what you can do. Somewhere along the line.
Dude, that's how Twin Peaks happened. I went to, I'll make it short, but I went to audition. It was an audition. It's like an interview. You go and talk to them. There's no script. There's no anything.
Yeah.
And I go in this room, and it's Joanna Ray and Krista Hassar, and they're sitting on either side of a camera like that. And they said, pretend David Lynch is the camera, and tell us something. And I told him a dream that I had, and like, what else are you gonna tell David
A
Lynch?
wet dream.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I should have. I would have gotten a better part if I told him a wet dream.
Right.
But
Can you imagine? That's kind of a wild audition right there, right?
Yeah. And so I walk out of there. I have no idea how I got in there. I have no idea because normally you have some sort of, the casting person, or that they did some show that you were, there's some trail, normally as to what I'm doing at an audition. And I was with a, big, huge, stupid agency at the time. And they were like, oh, we don't know what's going on. They want you to, I imagine that they like answered the phone and said like, well, we've got other people, a lot better than him. We have Al Pacino, for God's sakes. But so I walked out, and I'm standing there in this like, it's almost like a military barracks or something. It's up in the valley, and it's like just like there's literally like a fan going around and stuff. It's like Apocalypse Now or something. So I'm walking there. There's nobody there. I'm alone in this big, huge room. And Krista Hassar comes out. She goes, John, that was great. And I go, what am I doing here? How did I get here? And she goes, oh, well, don't you remember, like, a couple of years ago, I was a casting assistant, and I had you in for this independent film. It never got made, but we had you in, and you were a bus driver, and you said, welcome to Los Angeles, remember? And you did that with your hand, and I go, no, I don't remember that
She was
at
a
all.
casting assistant. See?
So I said, I go, no, I don't remember. And she goes, well, I did.
Yes.
To your point,
Yes, that's
And next
exactly
thing I'm on Twin Peaks. Then I'm on Twin Peaks.
Yes.
From that. From Welcome to Los Angeles 2 years later.
Yeah.
So the point is, right, is like there are no results.
Yes.
You have that
That's
moment.
what Julie said.
You put whatever you have into that moment. You let go of results. And that lets you be present and have as much available to you as there is in that moment.
Yeah.
Because you're not thinking about where you've come
Right,
from
the
or where
results.
you're going, your results, none of that shit. You're just there, and you can have fun, and something happens with your hand. The next thing you know, welcome to Los Angeles, and 2 years later, you're on fucking Twin Peaks.
And if you really look at that too, it's like I remember somebody telling me a long time ago that you have to look at it like this. You're not just auditioning for this. You're auditioning for the next job and the next one and the next one.
Yeah.
The casting director, which is what happened to you.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the assistant
Yeah.
who became. That's like I was telling him before you came in. Been doing all these indie movies this year.
Yeah.
And with all these young directors who I think are fantastic.
Sure.
And I got that from you, where I just tell them yes.
Yeah.
And I show up and I'm grateful. And what happens? They call me up. They go, "Hey, I'm doing another movie.
Hell yeah.
I think you should play this part."
Exactly.
I go, "Okay, cool. Let's go do it."
Yeah.
And it's just, I want to play. I want to be inclusive. I don't want to go just, me. I was always like, I'm going to do my own thing.
Right.
And if we're going to do it this way, if you don't want to play my way, you take take a hike.
Well, that's I saw a little bit of that in recently, where a younger actor is sort of butting heads with the director, and I mean, he might be right about whatever he's saying, but wouldn't you at least try what the director? I mean, what do you like? I've seen that like when I go over to the Ruskin, and sometimes I hesitate to call it teaching a class, but I facilitate a class
you
happening.
teach over there.
Whatever.
They're improv.
Fucking teaching. It's I'm the one that says cut or next group or whatever. But you get these young kids in there. They're usually dudes, right? And they get in and they're all rah, rah, and they're angry and they're loud and whatever. And I remember this one guy, and I was like, "Hey, maybe just for kicks, how about if you try one where you're not loud?
Hey,
you're
fuck
quiet."
you, old man.
Kinda. He kinda did. He goes, "Yeah, no, I don't do that."
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay." And I'm thinking, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like, why are you here? Are you here to perform for the other people? Why? So like, you're on a set or you're in a play or whatever it is. Why wouldn't you just fucking try what the director is saying so that you can see, everybody can see what it is. And if it works, it works. And then, wow, I'm surprised it worked. I wanted to not do it, but as it turns out, it works. Or the director goes, "Oh yeah, that was a bad idea." Like and I think that comes with maybe the wisdom of experience or something, is that you see that happen enough that you sort of don't feel like you know everything.
Well, and what happened to me
Yeah.
was, as a guy who knew everything,
Yeah.
I would always go left when anybody in the business that was successful told me to go right. I go, "Fuck that, I'm going left."
I'm going left.
And I did that my whole life.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And here I am now in my 60s, and it's just happened. I was leaving the set, and I'm driving home, and I was so high. I was on fire. I go, "This is the greatest day I ever had." I was doing this Western.
That's cool.
Modern day Western, and I'm driving home, and I had no idea I don't even know if they're going to be able to finish the movie.
Yeah.
But it wasn't about that. It was about the experience I had right then and there on set, acting. Not if, like you said, if the movie's going to come out, or is it going to be is it going to be a hit and I'm going to get more out of it. I go, "Wow, I'm acting."
Yeah.
And even in a classroom setting, or whether it's an audition, to be able to go in now and go, "Dude, I just get to come in and act."
Yeah.
Or pitch a show. Just to be in this moment, sitting here with you in this podcast.
Yeah.
This is it right now. This is the only thing we have right now.
Yeah.
And this is
And it's
fun.
a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Which, when I go back to now, the experience that you had getting on Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah.
When you got that, or when you had to go and show up, and you had all these actors in there you just met. Did you guys go meet and then start rehearsals right away, or how did that go?
Yeah, rehearsal started right away. There's a table read.
Were you nervous?
Probably a little bit, but I was more nervous about, like, first of all, I was like, these are not Broadway actors. Like, they're in the same boat as me. Is it your girlfriend calling?
You just shows
You have to take
how
that?
much time we have left.
Oh, how much time do we have left?
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes. So like I start my story and he's like, oh, this is going to take a while. You have 15 minutes left. But I was, whatever, I don't know if it's not confidence exactly, but I was like, okay, a lot of these guys are in the same goddamn, it may be Bob Odenkirk, it may be Bill Burr, but they've never done Broadway.
Exactly.
And it's like,
right?
Yeah, and I've probably done more theater than both of them, right?
Yeah.
Like not more than Michael McKean, but and not more than Howard and Donald, but I won't be the least experienced.
You're not going to be the weak link.
I'm certainly not going to be the weak link. But so I was more worried about like how do you project in a theater that big, and how do you I was thinking these technical
How many seats
things.
is that?
Well, the theater itself is 1649, but we didn't have the balcony. We just had the mezzanine and the orchestra, which was about 1,300 people every night.
So you get together. What was it like then? Once you got into the groove with all the actors, was there like a sense of
heaven? It was fucking
right.
Yeah, because they're the sharp, like right at the table read, in scene 2, act 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Burr and Michael McKean have this kind of it's set up where there's scene 1, 2, and 3. It's pairs of people at a Chinese restaurant having a conversation. Then there's the next conversation, and then Kieran and I are the third conversation. And so the middle one, Bill and Michael, just basically like they both were completely prepared and off book at the table read.
Were you?
Yo, yeah.
Oh.
And fuck yeah. Are you kidding me? Like, dude, Julie can tell you that's like I was all in. It's all I thought about. It was and which is to me is like that's heaven to have something to focus on that I'm obsessed about and that I love and that I'm glad to work on. It's not burdensome or whatever.
How long did it have to take you to get off book?
Well, I spent probably a couple months, I guess, doing it. I'm terrible at learning lines. Terrible at it. Like Julie can learn them like that. Yeah. Clara Mamet can look at a page and know all the words. I don't have that.
We're older than Julie and Clara.
That's true. I don't think I've ever been good at it though.
So when you were off book, and how about getting to know these guys? Was there anybody that you really could like fucking connect with? You know what I mean? There's that sort of that fucking connection and then that flow where you're almost like you're like one. You're so in sync.
Well, I mean,
with somebody where it's easy.
I mean, Kieran is super, super easy to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is 100% present always, and is always different, and is endlessly like entertaining to watch and to work with. Like, so most of my stuff was with him, and he was, and then I have this big chunk with him and Bob, and that was where Bob's like playing a character within the character, right? And it was different every time.
Wow.
And so that was, I do remember the whole rehearsal process, the whole like pretty quickly going, oh shit, this is like a comedy, because I just seen the movie, right? Which is like nihilistic and dark, and it's like literally dark, and it's raining, and and everybody's very, and when I love the movie, I've seen it several times, but many times, but like it was sort of eye opening. I was like, oh wow, we're doing a comedy, like, and we're not changing any of the words, so it must be a comedy that we're doing because we're doing
freeing, right?
Totally, and so. Then it was just a matter, I think, of the director kind of deciding how much of that stuff, because we were laughing and laughing. Every rehearsal was just laugh. That's what I remember about the rehearsal process. We just laughed the whole time.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, the movie is dark, right?
Yeah.
So now you've seen the movie like all of us 100 times.
Yeah.
You know all the characters. You know the lines.
Yeah.
And now you're doing this Broadway play. How do you not? Well, I know it's got to be great, obviously, that, like I was saying, the freedom to be able to go, wow, this is a comedy, which gets you to separate.
Yeah.
How do you not,
Well, what I found was,
fall into being the character in the
Jonathan
in the movie.
Pryce played the character incredibly. Played the character in the movie. He's amazing. And of course, I was thinking, well, I got to not do what Jonathan Pryce does. I got to make sure that I'm not impersonating Jonathan Pryce, which is all fine and good. But then that also became sort of burdensome because then I'm not doing something. It's instead of just doing whatever I'm going to do, which might include having seen that movie, and it might include being inspired by something that somebody did. I'm like avoiding that, which was, like a block or whatever. So I think in the end, I remember one night, like going up, like he sort of at the end, he says, "Forgive me." And he kind of, moves forward and he kind of puts his hand on his chest and does that. And I found myself just doing that one night. And I was like, oh, okay, that just happened organically. I'm going to let go. I'm going to just do whatever comes out. And if it's what Jonathan Pryce did, then so be it. But, and I think it just ended up being that one moment. And I didn't do it that way every time. But I'm just saying that was freeing to allow myself to just do whatever happened, including what I might have seen Jonathan
And
Pryce
it's got to make it easier, too, if Kieran is bringing something different
every time.
Every fucking time. Which your response to that is going to be different every time.
And he was so not like there was an actor that had done a lot of Broadway who was very aware of the audience and very aware of his place. And of course, there's a whole Tonys run up, where people that have been there know, the Tonys are coming and there's Tony voters in there. And there's all that. Like, I didn't have any of that. And most of us didn't have any of that because we don't fucking know about that and whatever. But then Bob got nominated, which was great. And
Bob got nominated.
Fuck yeah, he did, man. And he should have won. But he's amazing. Watching him.
That's amazing.
Oh, dude, he's phenomenal.
He's somebody too who I love. You know what I love? I love careers like yours and Bob Odenkirk's because it's funny. He's been around forever.
Oh yeah.
However,
he's
come into his own.
Yeah.
He's come into his own late in his career, later in life.
That's probably true.
Right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, to where he's become where everyone knows who he is.
Yeah.
Young and old.
He's great. Like if you walk around with him, he has like it's giving a secret away. Like what he does to sort of mitigate people walking up to him. I'll just tell you. People come up and they go, "Hey," and he goes, "Hey, you want a picture?" And he goes right to it, and then then it's over.
That's what Shia does.
Oh, it's so great.
That's the trick.
That's the trick.
Yes, we were in Hawaii. I'd never been around anybody who had that kind of fame, and I didn't understand it.
Right.
And I found myself, we're walking through Lahaina.
Yeah.
And I was getting annoyed.
Yeah.
I go, why the fucking people can't leave the guy alone, right? And I'm getting pissed. I didn't say anything.
Right.
But all of a sudden, he just would grab the camera. He'd go, kneel down. And he'd get, come on, everybody, come on, give me your cameras. And he was going, bang, get the next camera.
And you're done.
And then he's gone.
Then you're done.
And you got to get in and out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Because, otherwise they stand around, because really what they want is a picture. Frenzy. They want a connection. They want something. And so they're going to stand around until they don't even know what they want. So they're going to stand around waiting for the thing to happen. So you give them something to have.
Yes.
And then you can move
nothing
on.
else to do.
That's right.
So Bob was doing, you were saying.
We were like at the Met and people would come up to him, or, or like Bill, you walk around with Bill and everybody knows Bill. They yell. He said he's so funny. He goes, when he gets out, after the show's over, we go out to the stage door, and everybody lines up, and they have like a barrier, and so they want you to sign their whatever poster or their playbill. and Bill said when Bill comes out, like the energy totally shifts, and he goes, "Yeah, it becomes like a sports bar." Bill, and he goes. I don't know. I guess something I do makes them want to talk to me that way, and it's like, yeah, it probably is something you do. I mean,
what's funny? Was he an actor first, or was he a comic?
He's always been a comic.
You know what's great about him?
He's an amazing actor.
I was just gonna say that he's an amazing actor.
Fucking amazing.
Now, did Bob Odenkirk come from the Groundlings? Was he ever in that Groundlings?
I don't know. I mean, Mr. Show. He was in his. I think he was in his 20s when they did Mr. Show or something. I mean, he was young. Mr. Show is our Monty Python as far as I'm concerned.
And Kieran, how old is Kieran?
I think Kieran's 42.
And he is fucking
He's been there forever, right? He's a child actor. He's a child actor, but he somehow, and I think I know how, he didn't fall into maybe. Obviously, he had his older brother as a cautionary tale. His older brother, had troubles.
What kind of troubles?
Macaulay?
Yeah.
Oh. Very good.
My kind of troubles? You mean my kind of troubles?
I think
Not my kind of troubles.
I will tell you there is a this is a whole nother conversation about like fame and what fame.
Oh yeah.
Fame to me is just it's an evil and poisonous and people argue with me about this, and and that's fine. People can have their opinion. I see nothing positive about it. And anybody that is arguing for fame is on the other side of it. They're not famous. So anybody that's famous,
it's hollow.
Well, it's hollow. It's worse than hollow because there's nothing for you. Like when somebody's just standing there pie-eyed staring at you going, like, where are you? What you're not involved even. It's like some shadow of you or some idea of you or whatever. You can't have a conversation with that person.
And somehow, yeah, like even the picture with, like, let's say, the picture with Shia or Bob Odenkirk, those pictures, somehow it's only to make build that person up. A lot of times, look who I'm with. Look who I know.
Well, and then
it's very selfish.
And now, well, yeah,
right.
And now it's sort of desperate, right? It's kind of
desperate.
And now with social media being the ruling paradigm, that's all social media is really. I mean, and as with every evil thing, it's wrapped in something good so that you don't reject it outright, right? Like otherwise, if it was evil and just looked like evil, you go, oh, well, stay away from that. It's wrapped in something good. Oh, well, social media, no, come on, it connects people, and you learn stuff, and you go on and see things. No, it's yes, it's that, but it's also this sort of feeding this narcissism and feeding,
but there is another side, which as I'm sitting here thinking about it, right? There is another, like, I have to think about too. There were, because my only experience is with Shia. That's the biggest, besides Josh Brolin, right? But I was hanging out with Shia a lot.
Wow,
right?
you know Josh Brolin?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
He's a good dude.
Talk about him.
But the thing about my only experience with somebody super famous is Shia, is that
got him back, right?
is he was genuinely. He said something to me because I was thinking the same thing. Fucking doing bothering him, blah blah blah.
Right.
And he said, "Well, I wouldn't be where I'm at without them."
Right, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that yes, there is, but that's different. That's sort of.
But what I wanted to say was to finish. He was saying it was nothing for him to fucking take a picture with them and make their make them happy.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree with them more. And I never resent it. And I'm always grateful. I mean, people would walk up to me miles from the theater and be like, "Dude, I saw you, on Friday. You were great," or whatever. I love that. It's flattering.
Mm-hmm.
It's wonderful to think, oh, people are seeing our show. Like it's all of that stuff is fucking great. So I'm not saying that part of it. What's problematic about it is that when you're in an interaction with somebody, beyond that moment of hey, great or whatever, there's no human connection to be had, because if one of you is put up on some pedestal or whatever, the other person is just left standing staring at you, up on the pedestal, and it's all for them. There's nothing for you there, is what I'm saying. There's not the person.
You mean nothing for you, the person who gave the picture?
The person who gave the picture, the person after the picture. We're talking about post-picture now, and we're gonna stand there and like talk about things, or hey, where are you from, or whatever.
No, because I think like post-picture, right? If it's post-picture, that moment's gone.
Well,
we're in this moment now.
Who decides that? I mean, like when the moment,
it's over.
Says who?
They've gone back to Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's over. But I'm just saying, like after the click, the picture goes, then you're just sort of standing there.
Oh, you're saying if you're still standing with
then what?
Right.
And I guess I don't know. My point is, like, I do these motorcycle rides for vets and stuff with a buddy of mine who's a vet, and
Oh, I remember that.
yeah, my buddy Brian, and we were at like some Knights of Columbus or whatever in I think in his hometown of Kenyon, Minnesota, and I'm standing there by the bar getting my $1 beer, and these two people come up to me, a man and a woman, and he goes, "Hello, I just wanted to say hello to you," and I was like, "Oh, how's it going? How you doing?" He goes, "This is my girlfriend, Sarah, and we wanted to come over and say hello to you." And I was like, "Well, hello, Sarah. Hi, great to meet you. Well, we won't bother you any further because we know that you're busy, but thank you for taking the time to say hello to us." And then I walked off, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Right.
And so Brian comes in and goes, "Yeah, I told him, I told him you're famous, and what shows you've done and stuff like that." And I was like, and here I am. To me, what I'm getting out of being there is I'm with all these vets, and I get to just be,
Right.
and not like I have Shia's problems, and not like
Yeah.
I'm wildly famous or anything like that. But I'm just saying it gives me a little insight, a glimpse as to what it might be like for Shia, because there I am just trying to hang out in this humble establishment and have a beer. And now this weird little thing happens, and then it's like I got nothing out of that, and I don't know any more about these people, and they don't know any more about me, and whatever.
Well, it's funny too, because I remember, when I was young, as a young actor, just getting into acting and not knowing how to do it,
Yeah.
right? And I had my own fucking crazy Nick fucking way of thought I could do it, and I would go to, you could rub elbows with any fucking star back in the 80s in
Sure.
the club scene,
If you had Coke.
especially if you had Coke.
Yeah.
And I would roll up to these clubs, and you knew there was like celebs hanging out, right?
No.
And I remember being young
Mm-hmm.
and thinking that you can help me
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
famous.
Oh, yeah.
And so there is something where you're I'm going to get something.
Yeah.
I'm going to get something from you. And you
Right.
don't. And it's like, that is the most selfish thing, right? And first of all, it doesn't work that way.
No.
But I remember going up, I could tell you exactly who, Eastside Morales.
Mm.
I remember being at a club.
He's great. I met him. He's great.
He was playing piano.
Oh, wow.
I'm wasted, right?
Yeah.
And I fucking see who he is, and I think, if I could be friends with this guy, he can put me in the movies. Or
Right,
and
right,
I
right.
fucking sit down with the guy, and I'm clearly wasted.
Sure.
And we're sitting at the piano next to him, and instead, I told him I recognized him, I knew who he was, I fucking said he was so fantastic.
This is post La Bamba.
No, that was,
Eastside was the older brother in La Bamba.
he was?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Oh, you were wasted.
I was wasted. It was the 80s. But I sat at the piano, and he was playing something.
Yeah.
And he started instead to teach me how to play
I love it.
whatever we were playing.
I fucking love it.
And it completely
Dude.
turned him
diffused.
into a human.
Yes.
And then I realized to myself, even as fucked up as I was, I go, wow, I'm just trying to get something from this guy. And instead, this guy's going to give me something.
Yep.
He's like, let's do this instead. And we ended up, and I had the best, time of that night, just having a human connection with the guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you're saying, I guess. Once it's beyond that moment, what's left?
Well, like when I did Twin Peaks, there was like a whole outpouring afterwards of Comic Cons and festivals and whatever, where we would show up and intermingle with people. And there was a Twin Peaks festival up in Washington that was just Twin Peaks, so I felt wildly famous there, right? Because it was just only Twin Peaks fans and me, and it was like, man, I guess I'm a big deal. And they would come up to me, and some of them would be, shaking or whatever. And I would always say, they would say, I'm such a big fan, and I would say, me too, what's your
That's great.
favorite episode? Like, what do you, I'll tell you what mine is. I love when Harry cries, at the beginning of, what do you like? Season 1, 2, season 2, season 3? What do you, so have a conversation with them about Twin Peaks. Then you're having a conversation.
Right.
And that would the same thing as what Eastside did for you, you know?
So now back to the play.
Yeah,
You've done the play.
I have.
It's a huge success.
A huge success.
We've covered how fantastic it was working with all,
Yeah,
you know,
amazing.
all those
All
actors,
of them were
amazing actors, the experience.
The crew was incredible.
Where do you go from here? What do you have lined? Anything? Anything you want to do?
I think I'm done. That's it, probably, right?
You're going to hang them up.
Hang them up. Yeah. I was on fucking Broadway, right? So
That's it.
that's it, man. Nowhere to go from there. Right?
No, but what do you want? What would you want?
Well, I'm back to you know, clawing for attention like I was before. Back, you know, oh, my agent, hey, we have this audition, you know, it's back to that again, right?
Let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to find out what people's sort of way, how they live their life. Like, you know, you and I talked a lot about the moments, right? Living in the moment and this and that.
Sure.
And as an actor, or because I think it's acting, it's any business, you've achieved success and you've been able to hang in there, like I say, from an Uber driver all the way through to the end.
Yeah.
Which is the play, not the end, but the play.
Yeah, see? I told you it's the end. Well, I'm all done.
But what is it? What is it that keeps you in and keeps you going? You know what I mean? To achieve what you've achieved. It's a big fucking deal. It's hard to make it in Hollywood. It's impossible. And you've been able to carve out a real living and have an incredible resume.
Yeah.
What is it? Like, what would you say, you know, that if you're an actor?
Well, I think Harrison Ford said it. You just don't quit, you know? I mean, it sounds trite, but it's almost like I can't quit is maybe more to the point. Like, there's nothing else I can do, really. I mean, I guess I could. I enjoy teaching whatever, scene study or whatever is fun. I enjoyed working with those kids up in Pali, you know. I enjoy that. That's compelling to me, which is kind of in the back of my mind. It's like, well, you know, this doesn't work out. I can always go and do that, right? Especially with a resume, you can show up and, you know, be involved in the theater program or whatever.
But I think that even that Harrison Ford line, "Don't quit," right? It's too.
I know it sounds trite, but I'm telling you, it's true.
Like, because there's nothing, you know, because you could say, my motto was, if you don't quit, you can't fail. That was always my motto.
Yeah.
And I look back on that and I go, that was all about the results.
It's almost like I can't quit. Like,
but that means you love it.
Yeah.
It's
beyond,
a love inside.
It's beyond love. It's an obsession.
So then maybe would it be to find something?
Yeah.
You know, it's like for me, I'm accepting of the way I do entertainment.
Yeah.
This is how I do it.
Yeah.
This is what makes me happy.
Right.
It's not about the money. So for you,
I love money, by the way.
But you know what I mean? It's like, what is it that, what is that feeling that you're talking about?
It is true that I am less focused on money now. And actually, the less focused on anything that I am, the more these things come to you. But that's whatever. That's another conversation. But it is, I have sort of done so much in so many different arenas that what I really crave, and like I said,
what do you crave?
Well, I crave collaborating. I crave collaborating with, you know, anybody really. You know, I mean, it's great to collaborate with the highest level of, like I just did on this play, up at the highest levels that there are. But it's also great to collaborate with somebody who doesn't really know a lot, but they're very passionate and they have an idea that they love, and to sort of help that process along in whatever way I can is extremely satisfying to me. To show up, not know really anything about it other than I've read the script, and sort of meet with the people, and then sort of, you know, that's thrilling to me. So, and that can be, you know, I did this. It's funny, you talk about one thing leading to another. Like from Twin Peaks, I remember Krista Hazar called me up and she said, "My husband wrote this movie, you know, would you do it?" And I said, "Yes." She goes, "Well, okay, but you need to read it." And I go, "No, I don't need to read it. I'll do it." And because you know, she'd put me on Twin Peaks for fuck's sakes. And the answer is yes to Krista. And She said, John, please, it's really weird. You need to read it. And I was like, okay, fine. And I read it, and it's like the character is like Donald Trump, but he's a cat, and it's post-apocalyptic, and they're in a bomb shelter or whatever, and it's super fucking weird. And so I called her up and I go, yeah, I'm in. Is it a voiceover? Is the cat like a cartoon? And she goes, no. And I go, oh, okay. So no, you'll be in a cat suit. And I was like, great.
See, that's it. That's
fucking great.
That's the answer. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Not that I was trying to figure it out what it is, and you just explained it. It's kind of what we talked about in the beginning with you, which I think this is you. You say yes. It's the collaboration.
Yeah.
It's the craving to collaborate.
Well, I'm also fiercely loyal. So I almost say that I'm loyal. Loyalty to me is even more important than love, because like love fades, and I have no control over love, right? Love happens to me, right? Whereas loyalty, I do that, and that's me. And so,
which is really funny, because that's a form of service, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
that's
service
and
is
to
everything.
me,
everything.
Service is everything, because service gets you out of yourself. If I'm of service, I'm living in the moment.
That's right.
You know, because if I'm not, like I always say, when I'm thinking about myself, I'm in trouble.
That's right.
You know, but so that's really interesting. So it's the craving of collaboration, right?
Yeah.
That's fucking great. That's like saying, yeah, I'm going to say yes. Because like I said, you always have, to me, in my mind, the way I've seen you is you've always said yes.
Yeah, maybe and I have learned to say no sometimes now, even though my first instinct is always to say yes. I now have to kind of overcome yes sometimes and say no to things, because there's only so many things you can do, and you can't do them all. But, I was going to finish up, I think, about that one story was, the
cat?
Yeah, the cat thing. It's like, what I learned on that, I mean, just without to get too deeply into it, but what I learned on that set was as important as anything I've ever learned on any set. And, and just like a little, glimpse of it is, you've got the cameraman, he's got a tripod, he's holding it in his hand, the camera's on there, he's in an office chair, and there's a guy pushing him, and that's their fucking tracking shot. And I was thinking about it, it's like, that's no different than Godzilla,
Yeah.
That's
Robert Rodriguez did that in a wheelchair.
It's exactly the same process. The only difference is those people on the Donald Trump thing were not or Pump. He was called Donald Pump. Donald Pump. He and by the way, and I love him. I love Ben. The guy that directed it. He was magnificent to me. Like, we had some problems, and he just, like, watching him just cool, calm, and collected, just solve problems. Like a person quit in the middle of the shoot, and he only had this space for that one day, and he had to now recast and figure it out. He went away, and he came back, and he goes, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do all the reverses, and then I'm going to get this place for next week. We're all going to come back next week, and we're going to have a new actor, and we're going to finish it. And he fucking did. And
Wow.
I've never seen that.
That's huge.
It's huge. Like, to me, having been a part of that and having witnessed that is like bigger than anything. There's nothing bigger than that, like in terms of an accomplishment of a filmmaker.
And you know what you also said? You said at the beginning of our conversation, you talked about everything you've done, you've learned something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, if you think about all those things that you said, they all go together. They go hand in hand together, which is the craving for collaboration. And if you're in that collaboration, you're going to learn something, which you found makes you a better actor.
Well, it's like David Lynch said, if you're a creator, you're a friend of mine,
Love it.
Yeah.
What are we doing at time, Bill?
You are 15 minutes over.
All right.
Over.
That's okay.
You just edit out all the funny stuff.
No, we're really good. Boy, John, I'm going to tell you, you're one of my closest buddies.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm so happy you did this. I'm so
honored.
proud of you.
Thank you.
What you accomplished on the Broadway.
Thank
I
you.
love to watch your career light up.
Oh, thank
and
you.
I learn from you all the time. I learn
Thank
from
you.
what you're doing. I just love you to death.
Oh, I love you too. Yeah. Thanks, Nick.
Another savory conversation on Unsavory Fellow.
Aloha.